Hi, and welcome to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel. We're here at MetroEast Community Media in Gresham, Oregon. Today we have a couple of wonderful women that are joining us to talk about their organizations. First, we have the Gresham Senior Center, and representing the Gresham Senior Center is their director, Joyce Wood. Thanks for being here, Joyce.
Hi, Monica.
Thanks for coming all the way here.
I went home and came back.
I know. The Gresham Senior Center is, what, a block from here?
Yeah, well, I only have to work till 3, so you know.
So you had some time.
I had time to go feed the dog.
Well,
so.
good.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're here. Now, you're fairly new in the position of director, aren't you? How long have you been director?
Well, apparently there have been directors at the Senior Center for many, many years, but they were most recently all volunteer. So when they lost the person who was volunteering and spending every day there, a couple years ago, they decided they needed to hire someone. So they did hire me, and I just got promoted from office manager to director.
Ooh,
this last month.
congratulations.
Yeah,
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
So with a board of directors, well, a couple of new members and new president.
You're just kind of shaking it up down there then,
Yeah,
huh?
Louise Whittingham is our new
I love
president. And
Louise. Louise is great.
she is a mover and shaker.
Yes, she
for
is.
Sure.
She
Yes.
is. She is. So, as director, then, what's going on at the Gresham Senior Center?
Well, there are all kinds of things going on. We have probably 400 members.
That's a big
Not
senior
that they're
center,
all
isn't
there
that?
at the same time.
I mean,
of
compared to
course.
other senior centers, is that?
I don't know. I can't say they're all active members, but they're, we have their names and addresses and phone numbers.
Okay.
We can get in touch with them.
Okay.
And so we offer just a range of classes, Tai Chi being for arthritis being our most popular class.
That's a good one for any age, isn't it?
Absolutely. And the instructors are highly trained and, certified and, by the Arthritis Foundation.
Oh, that's great.
So, yeah, it's a great program. And then we have, hand and foot cards. Canasta?
Yeah, what is that
I
hand and
never,
foot stuff? I
don't
don't know
ask
that
me,
one
don't
either.
ask me, I don't know canasta.
Pinochle, I know pinochle.
Pinochle, we've got
I
that
keep
too.
threatening to come down there and play some pinochle.
Well, then you should come
Yeah,
down.
it would be fun.
Anyway, it's only about 4 tables, you could take them.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay.
But we have a
encouraged.
Tuesday night dance every Tuesday.
You have it on Tuesdays. How odd.
Tuesday nights. That's the night that the Multnomah County East Building is open late.
Oh, okay.
So we take advantage of the fact that there's security in the evening and we don't have to pay for it. So,
Tell me about the dances. Do you get a lot of people show up to those?
probably between 50 and 65, 70 people.
That's actually quite a
every
few
week.
people. That's
There's
pretty
some people who are
amazing.
there every single week.
And
And
what-
the music is rather Western
Okay.
style, nothing too.
You get people out there line dancing?
We have a line dancing class, and
I love
and
it.
they travel around and perform at different
Really?
facilities. Yeah, yep, they do. And what else do we have? Toll painting and
You have some like
bingo
sewing and knitting
and
groups too?
yes, we do. We
and-
have an incredible quilting class, and in fact, the quilting room, the sewing room, last year paid for a long arm quilting machine, which is a
wow.
big deal. So they are now finishing quilts for people in the community.
Oh.
So
Does that
and
provide a
at
little
a
extra
really
funding
great
for the
yes,
senior center?
yes, it does. But it also is a great service. There are a lot of people out there with pieces of quilts
that were in the
don't
hope chest of grandmas or something.
exactly and
Yeah.
don't want to have to do the tying and the finishing part of it. And so for a really good deal, they get that done there.
That's wonderful.
And we
That's
have
nice
all
to know.
volunteers who work through that program. Midge Nashiatka, who sounds like she's Russian, but she's actually from Hawaii.
Okay, then.
They had a
I've met
luau
Nash,
at the senior center last week,
Oh,
and
fun.
with traditional Hawaiian dancing and Kahlua pig and the whole 9 yards.
I haven't had dinner yet. Joyce, you-
Sorry
you stop.
about that.
Speaking of food, there are meals down there, like through Meals.
Meals on Wheels. They're now called Meals on Wheels People.
Oh,
That's
okay,
their official name, and they're down the hall from us.
Yeah.
So yes, so we a lot of our seniors who come for classes incorporate the lunch into that, which starts at 11:30, and it's $3 for seniors, and it's a donation. So
Yeah,
for
what a great
people who
deal.
can't afford it, they are fed anyway.
That's a great deal. Now, to get to the senior center, can you use Ride Connection?
Oh, you can.
Who is
absolutely.
also in the same building.
Yes, and then TriMet Lift also
okay.
picks up and drops off a lot of people. We have some disabled people. There are a lot of different services for seniors and some other community resources in the building. Mostly it's a county building.
Right.
So there's a medical floor and a dental floor, and aging and disability down the hall, and the
pretty
YWCA
convenient
offers a lot of, programs, support groups
Okay.
for different medical
Those are in the
conditions.
same building. Oh,
Yep. Yeah.
okay. So the senior center, how old do you have to be to go to the senior center?
If you're willing to say you're a senior,
But what is that
They'll
anymore?
take ya.
It's like, I mean,
I
I
think
start
it's
getting stuff from ARP when you're 50, but then,
it's
some
officially
places-
55,
That's a
but
senior?
officially, but we don't ask to see anybody's driver's license anyway. So
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
some places, like you go for, you want this in your discount, you have to be 62 or 65 or whatever else. But so,
well, we also have a lot of people that take trips with us or that go to Spirit Mountain Casino. We offer that on the second Tuesday of every
I
month.
bet you get a group that goes down there and has a
Yeah.
good time, huh?
Fills up that bus. What's great about it is, I mean, we charge $5 for them to take the bus, but it's one of Spirit Mountain's buses.
I've seen
And
them parked down there.
Those are free anywhere in the city that you pick them up. However, they make all kinds of stops along the way, and our bus, since we fill it up, doesn't stop. Straight
up.
through, straight on through.
Wow, good
Yeah,
deal.
and they play bingo on the bus.
Oh,
and
that's fun.
It's a whole day trip. And,
Yeah.
and so anyway, for that event, sometimes the
And
seniors
it's
will
$5
have-
for them to ride?
Yes,
I mean, you can't
and,
beat that.
and the caregiver will go with.
That
certain
was my
people.
next question. If a caregiver wants to come to the senior center
Yeah,
with,
and if you have a
whomever,
wheelchair and,
or if
need
you want to
lift
bring your
services.
granddaughter with you or something like that, then you'd probably be welcome or something,
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah, okay, I thought so. You have a few pictures that I think you provided us of just different things that are going on at the senior center. I'd like to take a look at those just so we can see some of this stuff
Okay,
you guys do.
okay.
See what kind of trouble you're really up to there
All
at the senior
right.
center. Let's see if we can take a look at those.
A birthday party.
Oh, fun.
Eileen Rutherford, her 90th birthday.
Oh, how fun.
And she's moved over to Courtyard Fountains.
Okay, so can people actually reserve part of the space there to maybe have a birthday party? Does that happen?
She happened to be these are people who are already
they're all
volunteers.
volunteers, okay.
Yeah, and so she worked for many years hand tying the knots in huge quilts.
Oh wow, that's a job.
Yeah, amazing work.
And this
amazing
is some of the
work.
things. These are some of the things you sell there.
Yes, and here's Vivian Moore, and she makes all the table decorations for the luncheons,
It
for
looks like she was
luncheons
working on a
and
luau there or something.
special occasions, and for Meals on Wheels.
Oh, great.
Yeah, she and her husband Bob. He comes in and plays pool. Oh, we have a pool.
You have a
room.
pool table too. Oh, okay.
Yeah, and here's the long arm quilter, and
That's Joan.
that is
Joan in the
Joan
front? Yeah,
Porter,
yeah,
our former president of the board, checking it out. Yeah, that was last year. Yep. And everybody being serious, getting down to work.
You should work on it. So there's some artwork there.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot of artwork there.
They do. They do a lot of paint. This is John Cecilani. I don't think I'm saying his name correctly, but no one seems to know how to pronounce it. And he played accordion for many years. Just recently had to give it up, but he would be over there at lunchtime. This is the Trillium Hall that we share with Loaves of Fishes, the Meals on Wheels people.
Fun. Yeah. There's a lot of fun stuff going on there.
Yes.
Yeah, and you're open. What are your hours, days?
We are open weekdays, 8:30 to 3.
Okay.
So it's very
And so
civilized.
People can just drop in.
Yes,
right? They don't
absolutely.
Need to, yeah. Okay.
And we do, we ask for donation per, $2 donation per class,
Oh, okay.
but it is not
cheap.
required. It is simply.
And that's so reasonable. And
as
if you
you
can, but you
can.
can pay it if you can.
Yeah.
So your funding, is that from the county?
No,
Is
we
that-
don't.
Yeah, or
Well,
do you not have
we
any
say that we don't have any funding from the county. We are in a county building, and we have a special rate for our lease.
Oh, okay. So that's
we-
the extent of it, though.
Yes,
Oh,
and so for that special rate, we man a shop.
Right, right. What's the name of that shop?
That's
What's it called?
It's called the Ambleside
Ambleside,
Gift
Ambleside,
Shop,
yes, the Ambleside.
and it's all original. We have probably 100 vendors who place
Supply
their
that.
items in there.
Some of the
Yes,
items
all
provided
all
by people
handmade.
at the senior center, too.
Yes,
right?
indeed.
Yeah.
Most of them are seniors, but anyway,
Okay.
handmade items, and they're wonderful, and it's a great gift shop, especially if you're shopping for a baby gift. Ah,
Yes,
it's the
yes,
perfect place,
yes.
perfect place. And then we also
reasonable.
we make sure we have a reception person on the reception desk
Okay.
for the east end of the building.
Oh, okay.
So you know, we have to be knowledgeable about everything that's going on in the building, and it's very challenging
That's
because
a
we
good
don't always
give
know.
and take. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a nice building, and they have a lot of parking there, too.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They
It's-
do.
It's very convenient. And it's right by the MAX station.
It's been there about 12 years.
Yeah?
But the senior center is 45 years old. Did you know
Wow.
that?
Uh-uh.
Yeah, working on that 50 years.
You're
But
gonna
has
have a
been
big
in that
celebration,
building
huh?
since the, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're getting
you
in the
better.
planning stage on that one.
Fun,
Right
fun.
away.
Well, so the funding then, you survive mostly on donations.
We do.
And how?
We have fundraisers, donations from private citizens, and our class revenues.
Oh, okay. So tell me about your fundraisers. What do you have coming up?
Well, we have certain ones we do every year, that the biggies. We have, in January, there's a dollar sale.
I have
Which is pretty
purchased
cool.
wonderful things at the dollar. I've purchased things I've worn on this show from the dollar sale.
Yes.
I have.
So that happens every year. Then we have a Mother's Day luncheon.
Right.
That happens on Mother's
Is
Day
it a
weekend.
tea or is it?
No,
is
it used to be a tea.
yeah,
Now it's a
was
full
okay.
lunch. They decided, just
Tea wasn't enough.
well, tea and sugar items were after a while people got tired of that, and some of them couldn't have it. So they get a full lunch. The sewing room sponsors that
Okay.
event. Then when we move into the summer. Well, we do book sales and things like that, small things, and bake sales. And then in the fall, we have a fashion show, which
Yes. That would be coming up fairly soon since the fall's
yes,
right,
this,
unfortunately, around the
this
corner.
year. It's called Putting on the Ritz.
Ah, fun.
It's the second Saturday, the 14th of September, and it's at Courtyard Fountains.
Okay.
They are our.
Up the street. kinda?
They partner with us, and this is the second year that they have had the event in their beautiful dining room, which is
nice.
two-story with a huge staircase and all the models coming down. And it's just perfect
nice.
sight lines, and they have all these young wait staff running around taking care of all the tables, and it's
Oh,
a
it sounds
terrific
lovely.
and wonderful, but beautiful food. So
Does Courtyard provide the food for that?
they do.
Who are the models?
They are seniors.
Are they?
That of our acquaintance, and some who have done it for many, many years.
Did you have pictures? Did you bring pictures of last
Yeah,
year's?
I think I
okay.
did.
So let's.
There we go. There's just table settings, and
Oh,
I think, can you see the shoe on the table?
Yes, I do. That little centerpiece. That's cute.
Very fancy shoe.
You can get me
And
a
it's
match
on a
to that in
hat.
a 9.
And here's and here's Louise
There's
Whittingham on the
Louise,
left,
yes,
who is the president of the board now.
Was she modeling?
She not this year, but she did last year. She decided she has enough going on this year.
Oh, I can
without
understand that.
Yep. And these gentlemen wore tuxes
Were
from
they-
Mr. Tuxedo.
Oh, so they were the models also.
Yes, they actually escorted the
Oh,
ladies,
that's-
the ladies
how
in their
lovely.
evening wear. So that
Oh,
was
how
extremely
nice. I
cool.
like that.
And they work in the building.
Oh, is
with
that
us.
right? Oh, cool.
Yeah.
is one
And
of
this is Greg Matthews, a
Oh, yes.
representative.
That would be him behind. the
That
one in
is
the
him
front.
behind
Yeah,
the
yeah.
model.
I was going to say, let's not mix these two
He
up.
was our MC last
Oh,
year.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Do you know yet who it is this year?
It is not a celebrity this
Okay.
year. And
cute.
this is Donna Eckford. I absolutely love this picture.
That is cute.
So total attitude, ready for
Yeah.
the rain, ready for anything.
She says, I am a model. Yeah, that's cute.
Then a group shot.
Ah, yes.
Anyway.
That's cute.
Yeah, I
Fun.
think that may be all I
You
brought.
all look like you have too much fun. So the fundraiser,
So
it's a lunch also. It's a lunch
Yes,
and a fashion
it's a
show.
wonderful lunch. It's a chicken Caesar salad and lentil
that sounds
soup
good.
and dessert and bread and
That sounds
drinks.
good.
And
What about the fashions? Where are they provided?
they are from Glass Butterfly
I wondered if they were.
and the Dress Barn
Oh, good, good.
and Norma Jean's Closet this year. That's a resale shop.
I was gonna say that's consignment.
downtown.
resale. Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna.
Oh, great.
We got a model coming for that. It's,
Good.
yeah.
Good, that'll be fun. So that is on the 14th at 11:30.
Starts at 11:30.
Okay.
Tickets available at the Senior Center, $10 only.
Okay. All right. Well, then the other thing you had, there was another thing you had coming up in November, I think it was.
Yes, 1st of November. That's our actual annual fundraiser. Happens the 1st of. That's a Friday night.
And if there's a price, you can't say it on TV. So I'm warning you now.
Which?
You can't say the prices on the TV. It's community access.
Oh,
I'm
I
so sorry
see.
about that.
Okay.
But if they want information on it, they can probably call you or
Yes,
go to your
they
website
can.
because you have a
Yes.
good website now.
We do. We have a
Yeah,
wonderful website.
You didn't have one for a long time.
That's true. We had someone develop it for us last year, and we were still in development, of course.
Well, they're always in
We're
development. but
learning.
I was happy to see you got one.
Yeah.
So this fundraiser is.
So we're calling it Mixed Nuts. It's kind of a variety show concept, and there's a wonderful
that.
storyteller, Will Horniak, who has agreed to headline for us. And
Have you seen him? Is he good?
Yes, he's fabulous. He's an extraordinary storyteller. He tells silly stories and myths and true stories about the history of the region. And he also sings. And
A little bit
people
of everything.
people love him of all ages.
Good.
Love him.
Good. So this event it's in the evening. So is there food or is it?
Yes, we're calling it a light supper.
Okay.
And it's being provided by Gresham Manor.
Oh, nice.
Who's another one of our community.
Get all the little senior
Partners.
living groups
Yeah.
kind of working with you. I bet you have a lot of good partners in the community.
We do, and it's been wonderful in the last couple of years. They provide food at no cost to us,
Nice.
and so
That's
all
my
the
favorite
profit,
prize.
all the profit from the fundraisers, we
Come to you.
get to realize.
Right. We're almost out of time. So tell me something about the Senior Center that I don't know.
Oh, let's see. What do you mean?
Put you on
What's
the
in the
spot
little
here.
corners of the
Or the deep dark secrets.
deep dark secrets? There are actually deep
Are
dark
there?
secrets. You bet. You bet. It depends on who you talk to.
But I probably have to go down there to find out.
Yeah, we hear stories of things that go. We have seniors who are delightful, and we have seniors who feel that they have lived long enough that they can do and say anything they want and get away with it.
And you know what? They can.
They can, absolutely, absolutely. You're right.
Well, thanks for being on, Joyce. I appreciate it.
Thank
and,
you, Monica.
So if people are interested in attending either of these fundraisers or if they just want to check out the Senior Center, go to
Come
your
on
website
down.
or come on down and check it out.
Yep, come see me.
Okay, thanks so very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this first segment of Community Hotline. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Brenda Morgan from the Sisters of the Road.
Community media is priceless.
Valuable.
Community media lets you tell your story to fit your needs.
My favorite thing about community media is it's got to be the people's shows.
I think my favorite one is Karaoke Oli.
Oh, Karaoke Oli's a
Yes.
good one.
We sing live karaoke on TV for an hour.
Hamster versus Monster.
Nap time with kittens.
Community media brings programming like Chambers of Commerce, the Faith Community.
Psycho Chicken?
Do you have any UFO shows?
No, I wish we did.
I would like one of those too.
Yeah.
Children's programs, high school sporting events, and of course, the ubiquitous city council meetings.
Only when we hear from folks in their own voices with their own stories can we truly connect.
KZME Radio is a new station that is committed to entertain, inspire, and connect our community through programming that celebrates local music, arts, and culture. It was created to put local music and local arts on local radio, and it is a vehicle for our creative community to gain exposure while also celebrating what the Portland metro area has to offer.
Hi, I'm Tara Johnson Mettinger. I'm the Executive Director of the Portland, Oregon Women's Film Festival and an independent film producer, and own my own company, Sour Apple Productions, here in Portland. KZME has been an incredible support of all of my projects over the last 3 years. From the Portland Women's Film Festival to my independent film productions, it's an important collaboration that we have in terms of supporting independent artists. And I really encourage you to do the same and support KZME.
For more information on how to support and get involved with 1071 FM KZME Radio, see our website, www.1071fm.org. KZME Radio, music where you live.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection. They need you.
Hello and welcome back to Community Hotline. I'm Monica Weitzel, and with me for this next and our last segment of Community Hotline tonight, we are going to be speaking with Brenda Morgan from Sisters of the Road. Nice to have you here again, Brenda.
Thank you so much for having me here. Appreciate it.
Brenda, you and I have kind of gotten to know each other over the years through working at different nonprofits, and you do great work, but you are relatively new at Sisters of the Road. How long have you been there now?
I've been there for 1 year, almost to the day.
Congratulations. So you are the co-manager, development co-manager. And so development, you're raising funds and for Sisters of the Road. Tell us a little bit, if you can, about what Sisters of the Road does. It's actually become pretty well known, I think, in the Northwest, but there might be somebody out there that doesn't. So why don't you fill us in?
Sisters of the Road has been in Portland for almost 34 years now.
Wow.
I know. It's a lot of people are aware of what Sisters does. Sisters is best known for its cafe, which provides very good, hot, nutritious meals to people who are homeless or who are extremely poor, although it's open to anybody.
As I can attest to, because we had lunch down there not too long ago. It was great. The food was wonderful. The company was good. Yeah, so the cafe, does that support or partially support the organization, or
well,
is it
the way that we raise funds to keep the cafe going,
which is part of your job,
which is a part of my job. But the food comes in a few different ways. Some of it we purchase, some of it is donated. We have a wonderful partnership with FoodWorks out on Sophie's Island, and some
good
of our
fresh stuff,
yeah,
local
so
stuff.
you're familiar with
that. Yeah,
it's really good, and we've gotten a real education. We as staff and some of our volunteers as well on what's involved in planting and harvesting food.
That's great.
It's really great. And then some of the youth from FoodWorks come and volunteer at the cafe.
Oh, nice.
We have wonderful systems for people who to pay for meals there.
That's what I think is really different and special about Sisters.
You got to see that when
I got
you
to
were
see
there.
it, but tell our viewers how that works, because that impressed me.
It costs $1.50 for a meal there. It's $1.25 for the food and 25 cents for a drink. So people can pay with cash if they have it. or they can pay with food stamps, SNAP benefits. And we also have a barter system, which is very unique. People can come and work for 15 minutes and earn a meal, or they can work for longer than that and store credit so that they can buy meals for themselves and for friends.
Wow.
So in that way, they feel like they have dignity around there. Right. It feels good to be able to pay for the things that you purchase, that you have.
What kind of work can people do for 15 minutes to earn?
Well, there's all kinds of jobs so that people with all kinds of abilities can participate. So we have jobs like sitting and giving time slots to people who want to reserve a half-hour spot for lunch. So if somebody is in a wheelchair or can't get around very easily, they can sit and do that job. We have people who sweep, who do dishes,
Take out the garbage, or
everything from A to Z. Just think of a restaurant and how a restaurant operates, and all of those jobs need to be filled.
Wow.
So we have some paid staff, and the rest we rely on barter workers to do it.
And when people come to eat there, what I kind of like, one of the things I liked about it was that everybody sits together, you know, kind of family style, and there was no division between a homeless person here and somebody who's a CEO of a company there. I mean, they're sitting next to each other. Nobody pays any attention to any differences there.
Right, we're community.
Yeah.
Where some
Which
people
is how it should be. But,
yes.
But you know how often, well, you know probably better than anybody working there how often the homeless are invisible. But you can't be invisible when you're sitting across from them or next to them eating. So
and you get to, people talk to each other and we share stories and get to know each other. We learn a lot from each other.
Put a face on your community, and I think that's great.
Yeah.
So, as a development person, you do have you're in charge of special events.
I am. That's my main focus area. Yes.
So, what do you have coming up?
We have a wonderful event coming up. It's called Dining with Dignity, and
that was a good segue there, wasn't
it?
Yes,
it was. That was perfect. This is our third year of Dining with Dignity, and Dining with Dignity takes place during the entire month of September. And it's really amazing. We have about 25 restaurants that participate in this.
Nice.
What happens during Dining with Dignity is each restaurant selects a day in the month of September where they donate 10% of the proceeds from that day to Sisters of the Road. And we have some great restaurants participating. And we even have one or two that that chose like 5 days or every Monday in the month.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, really generous people out there.
Nice. I was looking at a list of some of them on, there are some really, really good restaurants there. So people can go to the website, they can get all the information about them. You provided Emily, our director, with a video. Tell me, set it up for me before we watch it. What is it we're going to be looking at?
You will see kind of the inside workings of the cafe and gain a deeper understanding of what Sisters of the Road, what it is, who we are, how we operate, what made us start to form this organization. And you'll get to meet some of the people who work there and who come there for lunch.
Great. Okay. Well,
I do want to say a plug for we call it our Soundlight video because there is a company called Soundlight that donated everything that it took to make this video.
Yes,
so thank you, Soundlight.
Good deal. Well, let's take a look at that now.
Okay.
All right.
This place, if I could sum it up in one word, would be inspiration. Because it inspires people to do good things.
You think we can squeeze out one more? No. That's all right. 10 is, I think, going to be plenty.
We make everything from scratch. There's so many other soup kitchens. It's all processed food so that they can make bigger quantity faster. But at the same time, when you're out on the streets, a good diet is so important. Healthy food actually keeps you warm at night.
We have some green beans and artichokes, bananas.
We source a lot of our food. A lot of it is donated. And we work with a gleaning company, Beeline, who gleans for grocery stores. It's pretty much pennies on the dollar is what we pay for the produce.
Hey, thank you very much. See you tomorrow.
Yes, have a great day.
You too.
And that's how we're able to serve fresh produce every day. at a cost that a nonprofit can afford. 5 years ago, I ended up on the street, and basically it was because I wasn't as smart as I thought I was. I had 5 children, and I was putting some of them through college and basically lived paycheck to paycheck. And I never really thought that I would be on the streets. I had the same job for over 12 years, and so I had like no idea that anything would happen, and the company went under. Pretty much I found out that whether I had money or not, I could always eat here. All I had to do was work a little bit. And so I started being one of their barter workers, and about a year after that, I went to being a volunteer. And I volunteered for about 2 years, and when a job opening came up, I applied. And actually, I was still homeless when I got hired, and they knew that, but I was sleeping in a doorway up the street. Just so that I would be sure to make it to work on time. It's been a little over 2 years now, and I'm still here.
Next person in line for 11 o'clock.
A good day at Sisters is a full house, and everybody's happy, and it's like really hearty soup, which makes people like really happy. 300 or 400 people coming through to me is a good day.
All right, what can I do for you?
And we both would like to have number 1. And honey, would you like a salad on the
Dining
side?
with Dignity has, for the last 33 years, been something that Sisters has really prided themselves on.
We don't assume that people, A, don't want to pay or don't have a way to earn their meal, and I think that's really dignified. Also, the reservation system, I think, is really different than some other places that provide meals for folks, because people don't want to stand in line all day. People have tons of other things to do, so that's like a really important piece at Sisters.
And you get to sit down like a real person and take your time to eat. Nobody's letting you know, well, there's 500 more people outside, so choke this down and leave.
Basically, about half of the cafe, we rely on barter workers or volunteers to run, and that includes bussing tables, bringing drinks, wait staff. How it works is folks come in, and 15 minutes of work equals $1.50, which at Sisters is a meal and a drink. So people can do a quick 15-minute job, clean windows or whatever, and get their meal covered. But most people come in for longer than that, and some people come in all day, every day, and they have a huge stack of meal coupons that they've gotten for their barter work.
I'm putting on my flex gloves there, y'all see. They have no holes in them. You know, they must be ready to go at all times, you know. And I know y'all don't. I can do everything in Sisters that need to be done. My favorite is bussing. Because see there, I don't have to be bothered with nobody. Only thing you do is just leave the place there and let me get them. Yeah, I'm getting ready to do some menacing back here on these dishes. But look, look back there, that's it.
Jesse James is an awesome person. I mean, I've seen him come from where he was at his worst to where he is today.
See, the way I do dishes, can't nobody else do them the way I do them. See, I separate them back there. That's the reason I like to work back there.
The job that he does is bussing, but that isn't what he does. He's an ambassador for Sisters, and he's an ambassador about love. That's what he's all about. It's about love and compassion for his fellow man, and he doesn't forget where he was.
I've been going to the Sister Rose ever since 1980, and that was when Mount St. Helens blew up. At the time when I didn't come for what I'm doing now. I was just coming to get a meal like everyone else. When an alcoholic drank, he have to eat. And I was introduced to Sisters. They said, well, I said, I'm hungry now, They said, well, I know where we can go. Said, we go down at Sisters. And I started working at Sisters. And I realized, well, if I work, then I can eat. And I mean, I worked, and for long, even in my drunken stupor, I began to like the people down there. I didn't have no family here. But Sisters were the only place I could go when I want somebody to talk to, You gotta start somewhere. And where did I start at? Sisters. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm striving for perfection. Each day I go down that Sister Road, they got to the place now where Sister and them trust me. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and it's nice. It makes me feel like, hey, if I can do it, you can do it too. That's what it makes me feel like. If I can do it, you can do it too.
So
we're going to be sitting
I know,
here
we're both
crying.
sitting all choked up.
And I've seen it. I've seen this a dozen times at least.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Jesse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's pretty. Yeah, he's pretty darn good ambassador for sisters.
Oh, he
I'd
is.
say.
And what you just saw, really, everything they said, I couldn't say it any better. That's
great.
exactly what Sisters is about.
Yeah. And I loved it that he said, you know, I need somebody to talk to.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, place to go. That's great. Yeah. So it's a lot more than just a cafe.
Right. Authentic relationships.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
People really caring about each other.
Respecting each other and
yes.
showing each other, being dignified. I mean, you have a dignity. That's great. So the Dining with Dignity sounds like great. It's going through the whole month of September. You're having a kickoff event, I understand?
Yes, we're having a kickoff event on August 27th, which is a Tuesday night. And it's going to be wonderful. This we haven't done yet. This is new and really exciting. I do have to look at my notes a little bit here, but Sharp Restaurant is one I haven't been at, but it's a project of the International Culinary School, which is part of the Art Institute, and under the direction of Chef Corey Schreiber, who anyone who loves to eat in Portland knows
Anybody who's
Corey
been in
Schreiber.
Portland any time at all knows who Corey Schreiber is. Yeah.
Wildwood Restaurant.
Yeah.
So it's under his direction, and the dishes that they're preparing are coming from Mark Bitterman's latest cookbook, which is called Salt Block Cooking.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people.
I bought a signed copy of his book, so I know
that is so great.
About Mark Bitterman.
And he's going to be there to sign books. He's going to be there to autograph, and there's also going to be demonstrations during the evening, so people will be able to see how salt cooking is really done.
Yes, I haven't tried it yet, so that'll be great. That'll be fun.
Yeah, and I can tell you some of the names of some of the dishes. It might kind of entice you a little bit.
Yeah.
Some of them I can barely pronounce, but salt block gravlax on Parmesan crackers with dill and creme fraiche.
That sounds Russian, I think.
Grissini with veal, carpaccio, and black salt.
That sounds Italian.
International cuisine here. And maybe from the cold station, we have watermelon and feta on salt block. And then for sweets, we have roasted peaches in bourbon syrup with smoked salt.
Oh, wow.
Bali Rama oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Warm chocolate hazelnut fudge pudding cake.
That sounds wonderful.
And there's room for about 20 more people.
Wow.
So,
So
call
go to your
us,
website or
come
call
to the
you.
website, call us, and I can tell you more about it.
Good. So, and where is this going to be? This is at Sharp, you said? At
It's
Sharp?
at Sharp,
Yeah,
yes,
okay,
which is located at 1122 Northwest Davis.
Okay.
And we really, really appreciate what they're doing for us. This is, you know, they are teaching people how to cook. I mean, it's all about food over there. And Sisters of the Road, food justice is a really strong theme for us.
That's a big thing there.
It is. And in a country as rich as ours, everybody should be able to eat. Yeah. So, you know, we really appreciate that an organization like that school is empathetic to us and really understands the need for food justice and is helping us and participating and helping to make that so.
And when they're training their students, obviously they're incorporating that into their curriculum, it sounds like. So that's great. Yeah. You have some really good partners, don't you?
We have amazing partners. We do.
I wish we had more time to talk about all the other things that Sisters does, but we're just about out of time. Anything else you want to tell us about what's going on there that we should know about?
Well, one of the things, there are some changes going on. Monica Beamer was our director for 12 years, and she is moving on to other adventures in her life now. We just had a going away party for her on Saturday, this past Saturday, on August 10th. And over the past year, we've been working hard to become a collective. So we are now officially a collectively run organization, which means that everybody is a co-manager. We don't have a director.
So it's
all even. It's all even.
Wow, that's going to be interesting to see how that works out.
Yeah, we are a national model and a local model, and it's going really well so far. We have pay equity, power equity.
Pay equity.
Pay equity.
Does that mean everybody gets paid the same?
Everybody gets paid the same. Everybody gets the same benefits.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really different. It's really interesting, and it empowers people to learn what they need to learn to do their jobs well, and to learn other people's jobs so that we can hold each other accountable for the work that needs to get done in order to keep Sisters of the Road operating.
That's really fascinating, Brenda, because I can't even imagine. I've never worked in a I mean, we do a lot of consensus decision making here, but to have everybody making the same pay and to have everyone knowing a little bit about each other's jobs. I mean, that's good to know a little bit, but to cover each other, but to hold each other accountable. That's a different concept.
Yeah, it is. It's hard work, but the thing that feels so good about it is that at the end of, I don't want to say at the end of the day, because that's kind of cliche, and I don't mean that, but at the end of a project or a program or a month or a fiscal year, we all know exactly what is going on. You know, we know what's going on in each other's programs. We've had a say in it. Everybody has equal say in the decisions that are made. And that's really different from hierarchical organizations.
You couldn't have very much game playing going on there, could you? Or
no, it eliminates a lot
company
of that.
secrets or no surprises, really, I would think, as far as, you know, oh, sorry, you just lost your job because we don't have the funding for it. You know, I mean,
it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's very different.
Good place to be.
It's a wonderful place to be. Come on down sometime.
Yeah, well,
you did.
I did. I had lunch.
I encourage everybody.
And before we had talked about that, I had never thought about just coming down to have lunch. And the food was really good. It was good. It was substantial. Stuck with me, and it was. And the people were great. I really enjoyed that. And we were watching that video, and you mentioned that who was the gentleman you pointed out with the green hat? No,
Jesse?
No, not Jesse. You said he was
Julio?
Somebody that worked there. Somebody who works for Sisters. Or he was a board member or something, I thought.
Oh, David Nail, our the president of our board.
Yeah, he was there, but he's the president of your board, but you couldn't differentiate him from anybody else.
Right.
You know what I mean?
We are one.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So it's kind of a collective organization altogether. I mean, everybody seems to be on the same level. That's good.
Well, I think you really need to understand what it is and agree to participate in that in order to work there.
That's what I was going to say. You couldn't go there just for a job.
No,
you couldn't. You have to buy into it. You have to actually believe it. And
you do,
stand
because it's a
behind
lot of work.
Yeah,
it's more work than an organization where you just have your specific job and that's all you have to be concerned with. Because here, you really need to branch out, and you have to learn something about budgeting. You have to learn something about human resources, and you have to learn something about how do you recruit volunteers. You have to learn something about, the realms of work that are outside of your own. So
it's probably not always comfortable, but I bet it's always fulfilling.
It is not always comfortable, and eventually is fulfilling.
Yeah,
yes.
Once you get a little more comfortable.
Yeah. It is a very interesting model.
Cool. Oh, I'll be anxious
We're
to find out.
excited about
to check
it.
back with you in a year and see how that's all going.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Brenda, for being on tonight.
Thank you.
I'm excited about the Dining with Dignity Month. I've been going through, okay, I gotta check my calendar, see which days are open, which restaurants I get to go onto on those days, because I definitely want to hit up some of those places.
Yeah, and you can find all that information on the website.
Good. Okay, thanks so much.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for joining us tonight here on Community Hotline. I think it's been a good show. We've had some interesting information on things going on in your community. So I hope you'll come back next week. I'm Monica Weitzel. This is Community Hotline.